Hi, everyone. Justine Froelker, author, speaker, corporate trainer, certified Daring Way, and Dare to Lead Facilitator, and I did not introduce myself on the last video. Some of you who have literally been watching these every day probably really appreciated that. All right. Sometimes, I don't know about you, for me lately, it feels very difficult to know what to believe. Very difficult to know what to believe. Between social media, between media, hence is why I set strict boundaries around both of those things. Timers, never first thing in the morning, never last thing before bed, fasting from them for one day of the week, especially at least, turning them off in the evening to prep for sleep, all of these things. It is difficult. It feels difficult to know what is truth right now. And so for today's lunch break, be informed. We need to be informed, especially in a time like this, in a global health crisis. We need to be informed. And because it may feel for some of us that it can be very difficult to know what to believe, I want to give you an assignment today. What is truth? What is your truth? What is truth to you? What are things that you know for sure no matter what? So when I started realizing that I just was getting really confused and not knowing what to believe, even if I read the whole article, checked the source and whatever else, which you could spend all day doing that to make sure that what you're reading is reliable and truth and that the picture matches the headline, let alone the article. So when I started getting sucked into that, I don't even know what to believe. What do you believe? Take 5 minutes today. What do you know as truth? What are the truths about who you are? About your relationships? Your faith, if that's some of your truth? Write down all of those. What are the truths that you know for sure about others? That you know for sure about nature? About home? What home is to you? About creativity? What do you know for sure? For me, I know that courage will always win. I know that means I will almost always be uncomfortable. I know that means I must have structure and discipline in my self-care, my self-love. I know that I have a God who loves me. I know that I am chosen. I know that it will be okay no matter what. I know that it will be used for good, both by God and by me. I will rise. I know that I can rely on my husband, Chad. I know that the dogs will drive me crazy and that they'll make me laugh. I know that the flowers will always bloom. I know the green will always come up. What do you know? I would love for you to write them in the comments, a couple maybe. What do you know for sure? Because in a time like this, full of uncertainty, confusion, and misinformation, we need to have our truths, the truths, written out so that we can look at them. Thanks for being here. I have a lunch break of courage every day. They're all up on the website if you want to view them by topic. If you feel called and this was helpful, please share. I'll see you next time.